Um, hmm. Hello, welcome back to the Random Fandom. I'm gonna try this again. Last time when I was here, it did not want to work. I'll have to delete that video, but worry not about that. Worry not about the 5-minute video. Or the it was a 13-minute video that was published. I'll just start over. I don't understand it. For some reason, it's always the first time I upload a stream or I create a stream. Always the first time. Why can't I just... Okay, so last Saturday, could not stream, wanted to stream, just could not. And that was a bummer. And that was because I didn't want to risk it. But you know what? For some reason, risking it on a clear day just fails everything. Just completely fails everything. Everything has to go just completely kill me. Completely just end whatever I'm trying to do. Ignore that was the coffee mug being stuck to the coaster for some reason. Probably heat, whatever. Anyways, so I don't even know why I bother doing these streams. I don't even know why. I should probably do it in a different room, but I really want to do it here because this is in the thumbnail. You know, this couch is a nice couch, and I may have to do it in a different room. I just may have to do it in a different room. I don't want to do it in a different room, but you know, it's just something I probably have to do. I'll try to do it in my room. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, like I promised the previous stream, but I said I'll start at page 14. Already read the entire part. Shelter. Right. If it could be called that. He found his way east with a little issue beyond the missing shoes. Coming upon the road, he stuck it to the periphery. Periphery. Sorry, periphery. For some reason, when I previously read that, I thought there was a C in the word. Yeah, all. To the periphery. He was unsure what an interaction with the locals would be like. And from some simple observation of the few travelers he spied on, there were plenty of problems he needed to address. First and foremost, the locals were clearly from a simpler time period. We simple folk, we simple fools. Ba, 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 dum, ba, da, 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 da. So his flimsy t-shirt and saggy cuff sweatpants were going to stick out like a sore thumb. Surprisingly, my thumb is actually sore. Like sore thumbs. Okay, so it's just one. My one thumb is sore, not the other one. But in the book, he's referring to this thumbs. Never mind. Dyed a variety of dark or pastel colors and features that range from squat to broad to aquiline and tall. Sorry, and tall. More than likely, in fact, he put money on. In fact, he put money on it. This world had a number of races, and how many they responded to humans was a fat question mark hanging over them. Metaphorical. So he wasn't sure how well that was going to play out. Second, a cursory eavesdrop told him all he needed to know about their language. That is, he didn't know it. It sounded vaguely romantic, maybe Spanish, but occasionally it'd be coarse like German. It was gibberish. It didn't help that he'd given up on any secondary languages after high school, but he got the impression that no hablo español wasn't. He got the impression that no hablo español wasn't going to fly here. Third, even if he could somehow pantomime his way through a conversation, he didn't have a cent of the local currency. So it was either rely on someone having the patience and generosity of a saint, or do something stupid and sneaky. As much as I hate the situation that is unfolded here, yes, you probably would. Or wait for someone who has the patience of a saint. As he finally made it to the edge of the quaint mountain hamlet, he resigned himself to be stupid and sneaky. It was getting cold. Usually whenever I like this trope that, or at least I'm not saying this will happen in the story or not, but I like this trope where like the guy or the protagonist decides, okay, I'll either have to do something risky and could potentially throw me in jail or get me killed, or I'll have to wait until some sort of saint or angel comes and saves me. Comes and save me out of this predicament. And then they go to option one. And then later, they either get thrown in jail or they survive the consequences of the punishment, right? Or they flee and avoid the consequences of the punishment, right? And then they meet the saint like character or the angel, where they're in jail or they're in a position where they have to just starve to death and potentially die, or just be alone and then potentially die in that exact order. And I like that, whatever that trope is. It's a comedic trope, or at least I think it's like a comedic like take of a trope that already exists, where like the person gets saved by I don't want to say Deus Ex Machina, but like a saint getting saved by a saint or a person who's nice to them. You know, right? Am I right? Getting rescued by a nice person. Excuse me. Right? Getting rescued by a nice person trope. It's a nice one. I don't know what it's called. I'm pretty sure that there's a phrase for it. But you know what? whatever. That is how he found himself in the corner of a bar. I love this trope. Finding the protagonist find themselves in a corner of a bar trope. I don't know. there's a lot of tropes I like. Okay, and it's so far or scenarios, either trope or scenario or situation. It they just get themselves into. And this can only lead them to one or two ways. Okay, fine, multiple ending scenarios routes, like they'll get forced to become a farmer, like a servant or something like that. Like, you broke my tractor. Well, because you broke my tractor, now you have to be my servant until you can potentially pay back the damages to my tractor. And since you don't have any money, you're going to have to pick berries. And until you sell the berries, until you sell enough berries, you're going to have to give me the money for those berries. And if you want to, you can also live here until you can until you can have enough money to leave. Mixture of both. That's one end scenario of this particular trope, right? Where you find yourself stuck in a barn, right? And you break someone's stuff, right? That's one scenario. Second scenario is you run away from the angry farmer, or whatever, or whatever, and the farmer or the sheriff finds you, and then you have to pay off your debt. Then the protagonist has to pay off the debt, or you have to do a specific favor of the farmer, and I'm like, yeah, it could be anything. The specific favor could either, like, you don't have to pay me money. I'll forget it. I'll just pay for myself since I can afford it. But you have to do something for me. And if you do this something for me, I'll pay you. Yeah, or something along those lines. There's a different way to go about all of these and the different end zones or different rewards or whatever. And the third one you could change up a bit. Second one you could also change up a bit, and I think the first one you could also change up a bit. Definitely the third. Could, like, you know what? I'm not mad. I could definitely afford a new tractor, but you'll still owe me something, or I still have to make you do something for this, or for my inconvenience. So if you do this and this and this, then I'll let you go. Whatever. Something along those lines. I just like that. Oh, I'm stuck in the barn. Oh no. And sometimes it could be you're stuck in a barn, but you don't break something, or you don't steal something. That's another thing. I keep forgetting the stealing thing. The third option would definitely work better if, like, yeah, you could just give it back to me, but however, I still want you to do something. To fully face the consequences, right? I just like I like the idea of protagonists get stuck in the barn, something happens, and they're found, and something else happens. Just a whole bunch of, you can write hundreds of stories that way. They get stuck in a barn, something bad happens, or something good happens, or hey, you know what? You know what's the ultimate get stuck in a barn situation? Superman. He doesn't get stuck in a barn, but he crashes near the farm, right? And he can't help it because he's a babe, right? And so therefore he's a baby. And as a baby, he's like, all the good things is that he gets a new mom and a new dad. Boom. Perfect. And that's one way. That's one version of the I'm stuck in a farm trope. Farm trope. That's what we should call it. The farm trope. Living on the farm. Yeah, whatever. Home on the range. Something like that. I don't know. I was going to say something else, but never mind. But yeah, let's continue this story. So he finally made it at the edge of the quaint mountain. Hamlet, he resigned himself to the stupid sneaky. He was getting cold and he ran into the bed plan. That is how he found himself in the corner of a barn, shivering and tired atop a bay of hay. A bay of hay, nowhere ideal, nowhere near as bad as the alternative. He thanked his metabolism for the lanky frame, or else sneaking in while the farm hands were still working would probably have been riskier. Even still, there had been a close call or two, but a few extra pounds might have precluded him from waiting out sunset while wedged between two packed hay bales. Now, though, he was alone. Again, with his thoughts, thoughts that circled around dying, around defacement of his memories, around his poor excuse for a life before, around. He stopped himself. Forcefully stopped himself, thinking about any of that. He couldn't do that. He couldn't do it. He couldn't think about any of that right now. His stomach twisted into a knot anytime he came close to any of those thoughts. Watered down bile rising up his throat every time he hopped from one to the other. So he focused on the one thing that wasn't actively giving him an ulcer. Lifting his hand to the window so that the moonlight could illuminate the tarnished skin. Oh, ye foul tarnished kneel! Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Magic. 100% genuine magic. You have to say it exactly like that because that's how it's written in the book. That stranger was a prick. I gave you magic. I'm not telling you how to use it. Have fun. Absolutely wonderful. Hey, I wouldn't complain. Me personally, I wouldn't complain. I'm like, magic, all right. I'll have fun learning how to use it. I don't. Every time I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and every time my brother, this is literally how things go. My brother makes me a new deck, and I just learn just like that. I don't like him telling me how to learn the deck. Okay, I do. It's another thing when like in video games, like, oh, here's the tutorial, blah 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 blah, right? I feel like there's a difference. I feel like there is a difference between that and that, right? But there's also some things in the video game which I don't mind learning on my own, and that's. I'm so glad that some video games don't hold your hand to a certain point. Like they tell you all the possible things, right? Finding games is a different story. literally have to go to a duel menu and then learn how to like fight a certain way and get a certain they'll teach you like a certain combo, like X, Y, Z or something. I don't know. But with Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, if you give me something new to learn, like a new deck, right? I'm not the one that looks at every card, reads every card or whatever, or every new card, or every old card or whatever, and I just try to figure out how it goes there. Unless I think of something myself, right? But that's also due to like learning about different decks, right? Dominic gives me a new deck for me to learn from. He says, "Oh, this is the soup game." Let's just have an example for that. You have to have an alphabet in order to activate a soup card. Blah blah blah. Whatever. An alphabet monster to activate a soup card or whatever. And so like, no, I don't. I have to read it. I have to read each card that gets spawned into my hand, learn, and then make up either learn combos that Dominic wants me to automatically learn, right? Or make new combos that Dominic has never thought of before until after I'm done. And so he'll pick a random deck. That's something I like about him, is that he'll gladly pick a random deck that's not the same deck that he made for me, right? He respects that I'm trying to learn, and so he doesn't want me to. I don't want. I don't want to learn by watching him fight me, while I'm also trying to pull off the same thing. That's no. That is something I just don't like. But I do like learning on the go. So I don't blame the guy. The one thing I'm a bit mad about the guy is the language barrier. You put me on a different planet with no way of, no, not even a book of how to speak the letter A, or how to speak. You didn't. I, then again, I could see why. At the same time, I remember last week when I said I would not complain whatsoever about, like, if the God wants me to do something so that he could be entertained, then so be it. But I can still at least complain about at least you gave me magic, and I'm glad and grateful, right? But like, at least give me something to. If you're not going to give me new clothes, and if you're not going to teach me how to do the magic, which don't mind, I don't mind. I don't mind about me learning about the new magic, right? That you gave to me, right? I don't mind that, but I do mind that you plot me onto this planet with no education whatsoever. I don't mind about the no currency. That's another thing. I don't mind about no currency and no food, right? But at least you could have given me some sort of like language book. You could have at least seen which language I would adapt to easily. Oh, now I think about it. Oh, that's such a clever by throwing me in. Oh, okay. Actually, no, never mind. Actually, I think that's a good idea. Actually, kind of want to. Actually, kind of like that idea of learning via by random stranger, by the saint. Huh. I could always make the excuse that I'm an orphan, and that I was abandoned. and I had to grow up just trying to figure out what the doing. That's one thing to look at this. If they teach me a language that I can understand, that'd be interesting. Anyways, I know I went on a mini rant, a little thing. Anyways, absolutely wonderful. Well, he didn't have much else to do, so he began to flex his hand around, contorting it into all shapes and twists. At least that was the best thing he think. That was the best he could think to do. He was hoping. He was honestly hoping to. He was honestly hoping the example set by Spider-Man would be enough. It wasn't. No matter what the gang sign, no matter what gang sign he parroted, the tattoo didn't sparkle even once, which is fine. Okay, that was the coaster. Which I wouldn't think would work either. I don't think God would be like, okay, here's magic, and in order to activate, you have to do this. This gains magic spell, magic spell, magic spell. Right, I don't know. Or, magic spell. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Peace. Did I skip the page? Oh, all right. He lifted the cup left by the stranger. It was small compared to most, and very well-rounded, like it was been carved from the ground, from a gourd. So, oh, this strength, the god. Assuming it's a god. That's what this stranger. It was small compared to most, and very well rounded. It like it had been carved from a gourd. At some point during his walk, a lid had appeared atop of it. A lid had appeared atop it, which he was thankful for, considering he had already had to deal with muddy socks and sticks jabbing into his heel. Take off the damn socks. How did it work? He wondered. He could pop the lid down, seeing down seemingly gallons of water, and the thing would still be filled to the brim. That's interesting. It was relieved. Okay, so the God's generous. The God is generous. He gave you infinite water. Either that, or he gave you a cup to fill subconsciously. That could be a thing. I wonder. I'm not certain. But anyway, he gave you water. He gave you a cup of infinite water. And it now has a lid. But the thing, and he was relieved he wouldn't dehydrate to death, but the thing confounded him nonetheless. How valuable was something like this here in Echia? Was it? If magic exists here, it's possible this was just a trinket. But back on Earth, he could see something like this being revolutionary, not just for drinking water, but also for something like power production. If you could get it to spin a rudimentary turbine. Okay, I don't know how that would work. I don't know what a rudimentary turbine is. What happened? The no data. I was so immersed into this story. Oh, it says excellent. It says excellent. Let me check my. Let me check my phone. I hate doing this, by the way. 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 Okay, good. Hold on, let me at least rewind some of this. Okay, sorry for that. I was trying to make sure that there was anything that I need to reread. I'll reread something. I'll reread the last paragraph. How did it work? He wondered. He could pop off the lid, down seemingly gallons of water, and the thing would still be filled to the brim. He was relieved he wouldn't dehydrate to death, but the thing confounded him nonetheless. How valuable was something like this? How valuable like this was here in Ijia? Was it? If the magic existed here, it's possible this was just a trinket. But back on Earth, he could see something like this being revolutionary, not just for drinking water, but also for something like a power production. If you could get it to spin a rudimentary turbine, Gesundheit. A glow caught his eye, and he jumped when he found his arm encased in brilliant red inscriptions. He stared, narrowing his brows as he drew it closer to his face for a better look. The glow was warm, pleasant but faint, like a neon tube behind a glass panel. "Why are you glowing now?" he whispered. "Oh, why are you glowing now?" he whispered to himself, flipping it over to see his equally bright knuckles. He tried again, doing different motions with his hands, and again nothing came of it. Eventually, it began to fade. He frowned, giving his arm or waggle to summon it back up. Summon it back. It's this arm. Would it be this arm? I think. It's this arm. Yeah, it's this arm. So here we can move this arm. Okay, sorry. Wrong arm, everyone. Sorry, my bad. I did nothing. Damn it! He sighed, falling back into the hay. This entire situation was garbage. Dead? How could he be dead? Sure, he'd been pushing his luck with gaming systems, but it wasn't like he was being that excessive. Ah, crap. And now his game's going to time out without him there to play it. Not like it would have done much to have his character there, but he hadn't had time to put all the items he made into the team stash. The whole guild was going to think he was a flake, which, yeah, kind of was now that he's technically dead. But still, how much progress had he effectively lost? 20 or so years of playing video 20 or so years playing video games and nothing to show for it? Not even something pointless like being on top of a leaderboard. Oh, wow. You know that's actually going to happen. The news will probably spread quickly. Your parents will be like, "Oh no, Jimmy's dead." And if you have any siblings, they probably will like get onto your account and either play for you, or what they do is like they'll say goodbye to all of your friends, or make friends. Hey, make friends with your friends. Yeah. But they'll definitely inform your online friends. They're like, hey, unfortunately he's dead. He's we feel like we have to inform you somehow that he's dead. And blah blah blah. Right. Eventually they're going to do. At least the comment. That's what I would do. If one of my siblings died, and if one of them had like a campaign, like the online thing, right, going on, I'll probably open up the account on the phone or whatever. Send unfortunately tell somebody, hey, unfortunately, my brother's dead, and not like that. It'll be more in depth, but like in short, sweet. In a hypothetical sense, I'd be like, my brother's dead. Here's what happened. He died in his sleep, or he died choking on an apple or something. I don't know. Hypothetical. And I'll at least try to inform them as to why they are no longer available for this particular game. I mean, they probably might do that. I'm not certain about this guy's parents. We don't. The parents are not in the story at the moment, so I'm guessing what they're trying to do, what the writer's trying to do, is have like a blank slate protagonist, which is cool. Blank slate protagonists are kind of cool. Anyways. Let's see, how long have I been going on? 40 minutes. I'll continue a bit longer. Let's see. But honestly, 20 years just to get the highest on the leaderboard? Wow. I mean, I don't blame people. I if I'm not upset that there are people who are like, I'm on the top of the leaderboard, or I worked so hard to get on the top of the leaderboard. I don't, if that's your thing. But like 20 years? So, I don't understand the whole leaderboard nonsense, in my opinion. But this does sound like a pointless waste of time to like completely just dissolve. Like I've heard of people who get themselves onto the leaderboard, but they have excellent lives. Like they don't waste their time in front of a computer screen. That's what I've heard. I've heard of like, oh, this is just free time. They're just very good at the game, and here's what they do in just 5 hours a day. I guess random guess, roll the dice or whatever. Uh, they're just good. They'll like they'll just play like maybe 5 hours a day, depending on like their work schedule and all that other stuff, right? Or maybe 2 hours, right? 1, 2, 3, 5 hours a day, and like okay, and they're healthy individuals and all that stuff. But this guy is definitely not healthy. This guy doesn't the because of the situation has gotten so bad that he's died because of this. No. And he doesn't remember his friends and family because apparently he just got a job to convenience his parents because like or not convenience to get them to shut up. Like there's a difference like to get them to shut up. Like I have a job and I'm right, and then they just waste your entire life in front of like a gaming console or computer or whatever. I don't know. It's just and then 20 years he did this for 20 years. The whole just like oh yeah I live a life sorta. I whatever. Maybe he could find a way back home. Magic existed, right? It was impossible to gauge at what kind of system the magic followed here, though not without talking to the loco somehow. For all he knew, magic in this world was as rare as an ET game cartridge, meaning he was up a creek, especially if he couldn't get his own working right. On the flip side, well, I'll catch you later. On the flip side, logs off, shades on. Sorry. I just imagine Raymond's voice in my ear, or Celtic Phoenix's voice in my ear, just saying, "For all he knew, the magic in this world was as rare as E.T. game cartridge, meaning he was up a creek, especially he couldn't get his own working right." On the flip side, in the video, catch you all on the flip side. If magic were commonplace, like an MMO, that could also be pretty bad. For all he knew, anyone he came across just blow him up with their minds, and he was still reeling from dying the first time. He jolted where he sat, ears tweaking, voices distant, but coming closer. Sneaking a glance out the window, his eyes immediately locked into a couple of lanterns drifting from the farmhouse just downwind of the barn. The barn lights were currently drifting towards him. That wasn't good. Did they see him? How? He had it. Correct. The arm. He probably should have been further away from the window. Not much he could do about that now. Nope. Then again, it randomly happened, so. He made sure to shove the cup into his pocket and scrambled from his bale. And as the crusted mud on his suck crumbling against the loose straws of the floor, the door thankfully opened inward, giving him the optimum place to hide. Optimum place to hide as it swung open. The two voices bickered back and forth, one with a wispy uncertainty and the other with a girdly authority. The owner? Or at least who he presumed the owner was? Again, languages weren't his strong suit. Or it could be just the angry employer me to do the dirty work. But, oh, no data. Wow. Oh, excellent. Okay, wow. That spooked me. That no data spooked me. I'll get to a stopping point and I'll end the stream. How about that? A squat figure passed through. Squat. I was right. The stout person is like, yeah, okay, fine. Let me see what it is. Squat figure passed through, lit thirst by the moonlight into lanterns, of which was on his belt. The fine hairs of the man's beard flickered like fire as he walked past the short sword, and his hand cast an uncomfortable glimmer on the barn walls. Realizing there was a shrinking shadow of time before the portly figure turned around, he had to gamble on outrunning whoever was still by the door. Again, not many options beyond stupid and sneaky. So, swallowing a grain of hesitation, he lunged around the door, pulling it close behind him. The person just outside the door, he almost didn't see. Their skin was just as black as the night sky. Their skin was just as black as the night, and the only tells were the pupilless blue almonds they had for eyes. The glint of the crossbow's bolt and the lantern attached to the waist. Eyes met both men going stock still. Frankly, he hadn't thought too far ahead, so he improvised. Boo! He yelled. Wind snapped against his cheeks as a crossbow bolt landed in the doorframe beside him. Inches from where his head was. He probably sits with them racist by just saying the word boo. Should not have done that. Or should not have done that either. Imminent heart attack. Imminent heart attack aside, it left the other man empty-handed. So did he take it? Breaking into a sprint, he dashed for the tree line. He considered chancing a look back, only for a second bolt to zip to the ground left of him. Ugh! That was a close call, gamer. Hey, gamer. Hitting the row of trees. He just started hitting a row of trees. Anyways, hitting the row of trees, he didn't stop running until the yells of alarm had been drowned out by the surrounding forest. And because of the uncertainty of the live stream, this is where we're going to stop for here. because I'm just uncertain about the live streams, whether or not the live stream is going to stay or not. So I'm going to say my goodbyes for right now. Okay. Actually, hold on. I'll be right back with the. I'll be what? Oh, someone just commented. Kate Morning. Hello, Kate Morning. Guess what? Good night. um, unfortunately, I'm ending the stream here, and so you're missing out some of the. I'm at the part, Kate Morning, where. Sorry for being late. No, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to be sorry. I'm doing this emergency close because my connection's failing. Or not failing, but it's been so. So this is the third episode of this series, or so far. This is the third episode of me reading this book. And I'm at the part where he dodged the crossbow guy, and he's running back into the forest. Like he left the barn, and so he went to the barn, found out his hand can glow red, and then left into the woods the moment he got caught. So, yeah, you're late, but however, you came just in time for the ending. Or not the ending, you came just in time for the ending of this stream. I will read a little bit ahead, though, just for you, Kate Morning. You came just in time for for me to change my mind. So I'll try to read a little bit, but I've been having two connection problems. I've been having two connection problems. Now I had made a stream previously at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I immediately started a stream, but then it just cut out for no reason. And then I think that was only 6 minutes. That stream was only 6 minutes long, I think. So 20 minutes, I think, roughly. I can't remember. That one was a short one, so I had to delete that one altogether. And then I had to start over. And so in the middle of this stream, I had a few connection problems. Just a few, just like one or two. And I don't want to risk another one. But I'll try to push a little bit more. But however, in the next stream, I'll definitely reread page 18 and wherever I'm at page 19. So I'm currently at page 18/19. If that tells you anything, keep more. This really was a different world. He wasn't sure why it was only sinking in now of all times, but he supposed it was better sooner than later. He was dead, at least as far as his last life was concerned. He had no money, no food. He had water. He appreciated the water. The water. Maybe it was the man with the midnight skin, or the way his fingers still tingled from the warmth of the magic, this hand. Sorry. Or perhaps it was seeing how each pine needle on the trees around him splintered outwards like barbs instead of spikes. Oh, okay. Interesting. Home was a long way off, and there was no way for him to get back. At least, as far as he knew. His knees hit the floor. His knees hit the forest floor, pricked and prodded by the needles that coated it. Blood pulsed through his ears like hammers smashing at cobble. I hate that feeling. Ooh, I hate that feeling. It's not a good feeling. For some, I don't know why, but that happens. When you start running, and if you're running too tense, I guess, maybe. Doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it just happens. That cardio, yeah, that cardio. Nothing. He had nothing. And instead of being patient and trying to figure out a way to talk to the locals, he pissed them off and almost gotten bolted twice. Now he was alone in the wilderness, in the rapidly chilling night, with nothing but some ragged clothing, crusty socks, and a few stray flecks of hay that stuck to his shirt. Just take off the socks and the shirt. You'll be fine. I've said this in the previous live stream, but like, take off the damn socks. You don't need it. I find running to help me relax. Then again, I did cross country lines is running. Yeah. I want to continue, but again, I feel like the best thing for me to do is to end it here. Actually, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue because this is the most interaction I've had in a live stream. Not the most. This is the second most, third most, one of the most. And I barely have an audience. Please subscribe, uh, and ring the bell notification. Hit the like button or the dislike button, or share this with your friends. Uh, Share this on Twitter if you want to, or Facebook or whatever. Already did. Oh shoot! Do I have to look on my phone? um, I'm joking. Um, Kate Morning, try not to share this with just the tundra. It's kind of a closed environment. um, where was I? Okay. I mean, you can still share with the tundra. I'm a bit shy. um, I only post this on Twitter, and that's it. That's as far as my sharing goes. Post it on Twitter, and if anyone finds it, oh well. You found it. I don't know how you found it, but you found this. Good for you, Kate Morning. Where was I? Yeah, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to get notified. Definitely if you YouTube algorithm. Hey, YouTube algorithm. Thank you, YouTube. The YouTube gods have done something right. Not the YouTube gods. I know it's a phrase or metaphor, but like the YouTube. You know what, YouTube gods. The YouTube gods have helped me out here in this weird thing that it's called a stream. Just a stream. And Kate Morning has found this hair. Anyways, I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna continue watching the stream. But in case of this stream does like just shuts down for some reason, I will technically close now. This is the closing, and so what the next stream will be, I'll just start over from where I left off. I'll just completely reread this entire whatever. Anyways, so, yeah, subscribe, comment down below. Yeah, don't forget. I almost forgot. That's another thing that YouTubers also say. Comment down below and share with your friends and blah blah blah. Pat yourself on the back. And we'll see you in the next stream. Not bye-bye yet. We'll do bye-bye if I plan to close the stream again. So this is kind of the precursor to the close of the stream, because for some reason my connection is like 50-50. It's always the first time I upload a stream, it just dies. And then the second time it just kind of goes, meh. Anyways, just take off your shirt and take off your socks. Your crusty socks and your crusty shirt and your crusty hat. The crusty crabs. Anyways. Crusty socks and a few stray flecks of haze that stuck to his shirt. He rolled onto his rear at the base of the tree, bracing his head against it in defeat. Okay, I'm just checking the connection. It says excellent, so you're excellent as well. At least with a knife, he could try something, like hunting or maybe mugging. Give me your money. Give me your money. Even then, that'd probably be a fool's errand. Give me your money. Oh! Dies. That'd be a fool's errand. His muscles had to be atrophied? 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 How do you pronounce it? You good? You're good? I am good. I know I'm good. Atrophied. With his lifestyle, he wouldn't be strong enough to use all that effectively. The idea of mugging also didn't sit well on his tongue. To survive, maybe, but it didn't feel right regardless. Still, if he had won, he might be able to... I can't say this out loud or else the YouTube demon gods... Oh, reckless looting. The demon gods of YouTube might kill me. Okay, so what I can say is this. Okay, the idea of mugging also didn't sit well on his tongue. To survive, maybe, but it didn't feel right regardless. Still, if he had won, maybe he might be able to Minecraft himself. That's code. If you know what that means, good for you. Fudging. He might fudge himself. He might Minecraft himself. He might Microsoft himself. That'd be nice. Oh, if you really hated this, if you really wanted to stick it to the god that revived him, you're like, haha, God, you revived me and put me on this random planet. I'm going to Minecraft myself. You can't stop me. That'd be a waste of like, for the god's perspective, that'd be a waste of just reviving one person. Like, what are you thinking? This guy could be suicidal. But he was probably betting that he wasn't suicidal. So, yeah. Waffle. Oh, ironic with his power set. Yeah. That would be also... No, actually, would it be also ironic? Is that he would off himself, right? He would Minecraft himself, right? He would just Minecraft himself, but then the god said, nah, you're alive again. But he's still on itching. So yeah. With all this power, you cannot stop me from being entertained. I hope I'm entertaining you. Keep morning. Let me drink. All right. Just opt out. Maybe he could make something rudimentary with a couple of sticks, like a pike or spear. How hard was it to spear fish? I think there was a video game where I could spear fish. I think that was in Breath of the Wild. And it was pretty hard. Because you like thrust the spear. Breath of the Wild? Yeah. In Breath of the Wild, I think you can spear the fish. I think. But it was more effective to fish. Fish. I think. Was it? Can you spear for fish? I know you can grab a spear and then you can throw it into the water. But I can't remember if you can get fish that way. Kind of makes me want to play Breath of the Wild. But I want to. Yes, you can. Yeah. See, you could. I'm not stupid. I know things. Now I don't want. Now I'm in a tight spot right now with money when it comes to like Tears of the Kingdom. So don't spoil me if you can do it in Tears of the Kingdom. I consider that as a spoiler. In Tears of the Kingdom, okay? I want to find out if I can spear fish in Tears of the Kingdom. Okay? I haven't got the game yet, so don't worry. Okay, good, Kate Morning. You and I are on the same boat right now. I spent my money on the Starfield game. It says no data. Oh no. Oh gosh, dang it. Oh, okay, it says excellent. Okay, I no guarantees, but I might be able to stream Starfield. I'm sorry for. Thank you, Kate Morning. I might be able to stream Starfield. No guarantees, but there is a possibility. Okay, good. And since that just spooked me, the no data thing, that spooked me. So I think I might want to end it here. But anyways, I'll continue just a little bit, because I'm a little. Can't I be ahead of the next stream? I'll end the page. How about that? I'll end the page here. A red glow caught his eye, and he found his arm once more illuminated. Oh. He was about to dismiss it, but this time he found something more in the glow. Hovering only inches from his fingertips was a stick. Not just any stick, mind you, but a sharpened stick. So already someone like. Oh, okay, I was reading. Okay, that's a notification. A sharpened stick. One made entirely of the same red light emanating from his tattoo. So this already tells me that his power is kind of like Minecraft. Well, let me close that notification so I can. Sounds good. So but like it's green, like Emiya's Trace on power. So he just Minecraft the stick into existence. I want to continue reading, but however, I've been having connection problems, and I did get to a stopping point during this stream. And during the next stream, I will reread page 18 and 19, and I'll continue later. Now, so here's how I'll end the stream. Okay, so remember, I've already said this, but like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, share with your friends, Discord, Tundra, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, InSpace, Starfield, whatever. I wonder if they have a Facebook in Tears of the Kingdom of some sort of like some sort of Zelda like a little tablet. Anyways, what was I getting? Oh, letters. You can share via by letter. Anyways, thank you, Kate Morning, for at least attending. Monday, Tuesday, potentially Tuesdays. Monday, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. We will have 10 p.m. live streams. As far as in Dominic's live stream with his on the shelf of the Lego Star Wars, we might do that in the morning. It depends. We're not in the morning, but sometime more closer towards daytime, during the day. Not closer towards day. Sometimes after, we might do. He might do a live stream tomorrow. During maybe. Continuing this on the shelf project that he's been doing for his Obi-Wan Kenobi Starfighter ship. So yeah. Do you like Legos, Kate Morning? I hope you're here for this to see him build the Lego ship. So yeah, the Lego ship. No guarantees, but again, maybe I do want to try Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, but there's no guarantee for me doing that in the morning and me doing some sort of morning stream or afternoon stream or whatever. But these evening streams seem to be the streams that work. So 10 p.m. East Standard Time. See you all soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.